want to share?
Today is ultrasound day, part 2.
Are you excited?
Definitely. Hopefully we can hear a heartbeat today.
Yeah, last week they saw a flickering of one, but we couldn't hear it, so we'll see. Oh, and they have the gestation up there. It says we're seven weeks in one day. So should be interesting to see if we see anything, but we're waiting for the doctor. She just did a transfer or something, so they said she's coming here next, but she was in the middle of doing a transfer. So Wanda's sitting here ready. And yeah, we'll have the ultrasound and get next steps. I feel like they're gonna say that we're probably gonna be discharged shortly after, because last time with Ari, I think we only got 2 ultrasounds.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that they're gonna say discharge to OB.
Yeah. Okie dokie, we will update after the ultrasound. Hello. I should probably like literally change my channel to be like Car Chronicles with Nadia or something. I don't know. But guys, today is July 18th, 2019. And today officially marks at the beginning of 9 weeks of pregnancy. My weeks turn over on Thursday. I have been super exhausted. You know, like a lot of you have said, and note for yourselves that it seems pretty much impossible to do anything, like to even get stuff done around the house. Miles has had to step up, and I'm so grateful for him because I feel like a horrible wife and mom. I've even had like breakdowns, been crying like crazy, like, oh, I'm a horrible mom, I can't take care of my kids like how I would like to, and Aria wants to play and I can't play with her. It's been like bad, y'all, like bad. So I am so sorry that I have not come with updates. We had 2 ultrasounds with the IVF clinic. One was at like 5 weeks and some days. The other was at 6 weeks and some days, like almost 7 weeks. So the first one was almost 6 weeks and the second was almost 7 weeks. And then I was discharged from the clinic, and we went on a family vacation to South Carolina to kind of do some college tours with my son, and to see my mom and my sister and my dad, who are all down there. So I was busy trying to get myself and the kids ready for that. Hubby stayed back, and it was just me and a cousin of mine that kind of took the drive down and back. So, you know, it was nice to get away, but I kind of feel like I now need a vacation from my vacation, because when you're traveling with kids, sometimes it doesn't always seem like a vacation when you have smaller kids, at least. So that has been really consuming my time. And then I came back and then quickly had to get back to work. Had to make up some of the hours, because now with being pregnant, trying to make sure that I preserve as much PTO as possible. So there you have it, guys. That's what I've been kind of up to. But other symptoms aside from the fatigue, obviously bloat, you can probably see right now. I've had family members and people who know that I'm pregnant. Again, they're already starting to make the comment like, how far along are you? Are you sure it's not twins? And it's just like, you try to learn to block that out, because it's like, obviously you're not familiar with the IVF process. But if you were pumping yourself up with hormones for like the past 2.5 months, whatever it was, like, you would probably look like a fat cow too, okay? But definitely been getting those comments. So it's like, you know, I wake up in the morning, it's not too bad. By the end of the day, it looks like I'm like 4 or 5 months pregnant. It's ridiculous. But so the bloating, fatigue, nausea throughout the day. I had a few instances with brushing my teeth where I kind of actually threw up a little bit of bile. But other than that, no real vomiting. I've just kind of been trying to manage it with trying to watch what I'm eating and not wait until the last minute to eat, to always kind of keep something on my stomach, and to try not to overeat, because when I'm too full, then I kind of feel that way too. But yeah, so those are pretty much my symptoms. I kind of feel a bit, I shouldn't say detached, but this pregnancy has been a bit different. And again, I don't know if it's because I've had so much going on within the first few weeks. But I was just telling my hubby, like with Aria, I had already taken like bump pics I think I started taking bump pics with her at like 5 weeks, you know, and I've yet to do one with this baby. So that's my goal. I'm actually going to go home and try to do that like when I get home, because I need to do it. But yeah, and it's just kind of like, you know, with IVF, I mean, you all know, like, you know, every step of the way, there's always something. There's always some opportunity to worry, and to be, you know, discouraged, to fear and things of that nature. And I continue to try to block that out with my fertility prayer and just trying to stay positive. You know, I try to stay on IG just to kind of encourage other people and kind of like watch their journeys and, you know, so on and so forth. But then you unfortunately see people who got positives right around the time you did, who are experiencing losses and things. So, and that makes it hard. And I'm trying not to let the devil get the best of me, because I don't want to, like, this is my last pregnancy, okay? Like, we have no more embryos. We don't plan to do IVF over again. So this is the last pregnancy. So I really want to enjoy it. I don't want to look back and say, hey, that flew by and I didn't do this. Or, you know, I don't want the baby to say, hey, you have all this from Aria. Why don't you have this, you know, for me, you know? So I'm really trying to get better at that, and just kind of continue to think positive and enjoy the journey, enjoy every step of the way, because we're claiming that we're pregnant and staying pregnant. Our first OB appointment is scheduled for next week Tuesday. Next week Tuesday is the first OB appointment. And so this is different from my last pregnancy with Aria, because I was seeing a family practice doctor, and she, for some reason, I guess because I was going to the IVF clinic, or I don't know if it's just because it's not really your specialty, she didn't have me do an ultrasound. So I literally didn't get to see Aria again until the anatomy scan at 19 weeks. But with this OB doctor, she said that at this first appointment, I'm going to do an ultrasound first, and then afterwards I'll meet with her, and then we'll go over the scans and stuff together. So that would be a nice little treat, to be able to see the baby again, even though it'll only be like 9 weeks and some days. That's still further along than what I got with Aria. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, other than that, just kind of trying to, you know, hold it together and work, because unfortunately I'm not in a situation where I can just, you know, not work throughout my pregnancy. So I'm just trying to work all the way up to the last day if possible, so again I can save that PTO and take off the whole 3 months and things like that. We haven't made an announcement to anyone. I said I was thinking of taking like some pictures with Aria and Armarion, just to kind of announce it that way. Again, since it's the last pregnancy, just wanted to do something that was a bit more memorable, but we just haven't figured out exactly what to do for that. But yeah, that's pretty much what has been going on. Again, we're just so grateful to God for this, because again, you know, this was our last embryo. You know, we started off in 2014 with IVF, and I believe we had got 5 embryos that were, you know, graded good, and we did 1 fresh, and then 4 of them were frozen. 4 of them were frozen. And then sorry, I'm in the middle of traffic and they're doing the most. I'm gonna probably edit that out. But so we had 5 embryos. We did 1 fresh, which did not work. We had 4 of them frozen. So then the next time we did a frozen transfer, that did not work. So then we had 3 left. And then with Aria, we transferred 2 embryos. Obviously 1 took, and that was Aria. So this was literally our last embryo. And, you know, like the devil tried to put doubts, like, you know, took you so many times before. And Aria, you know, you put back 2 and she was the only one. So we're just so grateful to God that with the 1 embryo, like, not to say that anything is guaranteed, but sometimes if you're doing transfers and they don't necessarily take, you know, while you may have to take time to come up with like resources to do another transfer or whatever the case may be, I think sometimes you have a bit more peace of mind when you know you have other embryos to pull from and maybe do a transfer later. But not having that, like, we literally had to put all of our hope and faith into God. And that's what we did with Aria as well. You know, throughout this whole journey, that's been the only thing that has given me the strength, I think, to continue to push forward in this journey or whatever. So so grateful again. You know, this is another miracle baby for us. Like, this is the embryo that could, like, the last embryo, which I think was a grade B, stuck in there and is doing what it needs to do. Seems to be growing well, and we're claiming that it's going to continue to do so. So again, we're so grateful for all of you and your prayers and support. You know, some of you are on your second round, or, you know, trying for baby number 2 like we are, or some of you are still trying for baby number 1. Just know that, you know, you're always in our, prayers. We know that this journey is not for the weak, so we're always hopeful and praying that God just gives us strength to continue to push on. Again, if anybody's watching this and is in the Milwaukee area, Wisconsin, feel free to reach out. I had posted something on IG a while back about seeing if anyone would be interested in any like support groups or like meetup groups for infertility or IVF. I know a few personal people said that they would be, but I was just trying to see if we can extend the group and make it a little bigger, and unfortunately I have not received much feedback with that. So or if you know of any groups in the area that maybe I don't know of, feel free to comment below or share this video with anyone so that we can maybe get something started. But we will definitely come back with updates. I'm not going to say when, because you see that I am obviously trifling and don't want to make any promises that I can't keep. But again, thank you all for praying for us and with us, and being so patient for our update. And we will definitely be back soon.